Revivals and religious awakenings, transforming faith and society. A religious revival is a period of heightened religious fervor and activity that results in a significant increase in church membership and participation. Revivals often involve a focus on personal conversion and a renewed commitment to living a Christian life. They can also lead to social and political change, as people who have been spiritually awakened are often motivated to make a difference in the world. The Great Awakening was a religious revival that swept through the American colonies in the 1730s and 1740s. It was led by a number of charismatic preachers, including Jonathan Edwards, George Whitefield, and Charles Chauncey. The Great Awakening had a profound impact on American society, leading to a period of religious and social reform. The First Great Awakening. The First Great Awakening began in the 1730s in the American colonies. It was a time of religious revival that swept through all of the colonies, from New England to the South. The revival was led by a number of charismatic preachers, including Jonathan Edwards, George Whitefield, and Charles Chauncey. Edwards was a minister in Northampton, Massachusetts. He was known for his fiery sermons, which often focused on the themes of sin and redemption. Whitefield was an English preacher who traveled throughout the colonies, preaching to large crowds. Chauncey was a minister in Boston who was more moderate in his views than Edwards. The Great Awakening was characterized by a number of features. First, it was a time of increased religious enthusiasm. People were more interested in religion and more willing to participate in religious activities. Second, the revival was marked by a focus on personal conversion. People were encouraged to examine their lives and to make a personal commitment to Christ. Third, the Great Awakening led to a number of social and political changes. For example, it led to the founding of new colleges and universities, such as Princeton and Dartmouth. It also led to the abolition of slavery in some of the colonies. The Second Great Awakening. The Second Great Awakening was a religious revival that took place in the United States in the early 19th century. It was similar to the First Great Awakening in many ways, but it also had some unique features. The Second Great Awakening was led by a number of preachers, including Charles Finney, Lyman Beecher, and William Miller. Finney was a lawyer who turned to preaching after experiencing a religious conversion. He was known for his innovative methods of preaching, which often involved using emotional appeals to reach his audience. Beecher was a minister in Boston who was a leading figure in the abolitionist movement. Miller was a farmer who predicted that the world would end in 1843. The Second Great Awakening was also characterized by a number of features. First, it was a time of increased religious fervor. People were more interested in religion and more willing to participate in religious activities. Second, the revival was marked by a focus on social reform. Preachers often spoke out against social ills such as slavery and poverty. Third, the Second Great Awakening led to the founding of new religious movements, such as the Mormons and the Seventh-day Adventists. The impact of revivals. Revivals have had a significant impact on American society. They have led to a renewed interest in religion, a greater commitment to social reform, and the founding of new religious movements. Revivals have also had a political impact, as they have often led to changes in public policy. The First Great Awakening led to a number of social and political changes. For example, it led to the founding of Princeton and Dartmouth colleges, and it helped to abolish slavery in some of the colonies. The Second Great Awakening also had a significant social and political impact. It led to the founding of the abolitionist movement, and it helped to bring about the Civil War. Revivals continue to have an impact on American society today. They are often seen as a way to renew religious faith and to bring about social change. In recent years, there have been a number of revivals in the United States, including the Promise Keepers movement and the Moral Majority. Religious revivals have led to the founding of new religious movements. The First Great Awakening led to the founding of new denominations, such as the Methodists and Baptists. The Second Great Awakening led to the founding of new religious movements, such as the Mormons and the Seventh-day Adventists. Religious revivals have led to social reform. Preachers during the First Great Awakening often spoke out against social ills such as slavery and poverty. The Second Great Awakening was also a time of social reform, as preachers spoke out against slavery and other social ills. Religious revivals have had a political impact. The First Great Awakening helped to abolish slavery in some of the colonies. The Second Great Awakening led to the founding of the abolitionist movement, which helped to bring about the Civil War. Religious revivals have had a lasting impact on American culture. The First Great Awakening helped to create a more democratic and egalitarian society. The Second Great Awakening helped to shape the values of American society, such as individualism and self-reliance. In addition to the First and Second Great Awakenings, there have been many other revivals in American history. Some of the most notable include the Holiness Movement, which began in the 19th century and emphasized the importance of sanctification, or a life of holiness. The Pentecostal Movement, which began in the early 20th century and emphasized the gifts of the Holy Spirit, such as speaking in tongues. The Charismatic Movement, which began in the mid-20th century and is characterized by an emphasis on personal experience and empowerment. These revivals have all had a significant impact on American society, shaping the religious landscape and influencing the values and beliefs of millions of people. The future of revivals. It is difficult to say what the future holds for revivals. Some people believe that revivals are a thing of the past, while others believe that they will continue to play a role in American society. There are a number of factors that could contribute to the decline of revivals. One factor is the increasing secularization of American society. Another factor is the rise of alternative forms of spirituality, such as New Age spirituality. However, there are also a number of factors that could contribute to the resurgence of revivals. One factor is the increasing dissatisfaction with traditional forms of religion. Another factor is the rise of social and political unrest, which could lead people to seek spiritual guidance. Only time will tell what the future holds for revivals. However, one thing is for sure, they have played a significant role in American history, and they will continue to be a topic of debate and discussion for many years to come.